Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier. How's everyone doing today? What is up, some person? How's it going? What is going on? But yeah, we're probably gonna do some Space Hub work today. My goal is to make it so that we can actually travel to the Space Hub. I have to figure out like what I'm gonna do with positioning of like teleportation. You'll see what I mean, but yeah. Starting today, yes, we will be. I'm just getting some stuff closed. All of the garbage that I do not need to open. You know how it is. Okay, nice and clean. Alright, this window. Alright. Yeah. So really, I think the first goal for today, working on the Space Hub, like I said, let's just make it so we can actually get to the Space Hub. So, that is what we're gonna do. The next thing that we will do with that is work on the tile set for the Space Hub. I'm gonna have to figure out like really what I want the whole Space Hub to look like. Not entirely sure yet, but we will figure it out. We could do some kind of like space tile, maybe. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Kind of went into the whole Space Hub thing with not really any solid idea of what it would look like, so. But if anyone has ideas on that, definitely let me know. But let's go ahead and go to streaming. So. It's time. Let's go to the Star Launcher display. We have to fix the button in here because this is actually since it's a sprite, it's all stupid. So I'm gonna change it to a texture. And then I also have to put it in here. Just like right there. And now it should be... Oh. Can't seem to move it for some reason. Oh well. I will move it manually. We'll just put it there for now, and I just want to go make sure that this is normal and not stupid. What's up, Oshik? Can you suggest a free game that I can play? Free game, huh? There was this one game I saw that was free, which was crazy that it was free. It was like this little... let me find it. It's called Sheepy, and somehow it's free, which is pretty crazy. Right? No, it's not free. They made it. No, it is free. Sorry. That was the price of the soundtrack. But this seems like a pretty cool little game. Reminds me of, like, you know, maybe a tiny bit of... Oh, you beat it already? Okay. But it's cool that it's free. Maybe I'll try it out since it's free. That is one strat, is just make your game free and then sell the soundtrack. Let's see. It's freaking called Cave Crawlers, oh yeah. Cave Crawlers. It's a roguelite. Oh yeah, I've seen this. It's like the little dwarf guys. Seems cool. Yeah, I think you told me about it, maybe, Oshik. Someone told me about it. It was probably you, Oshik. What am I doing? I need to go test the UI. Sports 10 players, nice. That's pretty epic. Okay, yeah, that works just good. But obviously you can't click on it, so we have to fix that. Hey, that's Left Heavy. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I hear music playing. Oh my god, it's Steam. This always happens. It starts auto-playing the trailer. Gets annoying. So the script that this has is... Yeah, so see, there's all these different, like, TV position, planet description. So it's inheriting this script, which is this planet script. And this is the script that I use for all of the funny. But I think I'm going to separate this out into its own script. Yeah. What the flip's happening? What's up, Uga? How's it going? I'm going to make a new script. I have to start thinking about code maintainability a little bit more than I have in the past. I'm gonna call this Star Launcher button. Well, honestly, let's just go to the planet script. I'm just gonna copy everything. Oh, sorry, the coin... Connor, I keep forgetting. I apologize for my heinous crimes. So I don't need any of that garbage. Get multiplier. Hello everybody, my name is Multiplier. I don't need any of that. None of that. I don't need any of that business. Or that business. Or any of that business, personally. I don't know. Toggle layer. One mouse entered. Get rid of all that, but I do want these. That'll do. Hide that. Don't need no original colors. Alright. Ugh. So this should work. Inhumane actions, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is a little EP. And there's other things here we don't want. So for example... Well, actually we'll get to that. So we're gonna have to remember all these descriptions because they will die. 64 by 64. All right. So for this script now, instead of saying, actually, we also need to copy this one. Time modifier is 2. TP pause is minus 10,000. Okay. So I'm going to change this from, oops. Star launcher, oops, class name. Launcher button. And this will just so happen to extend. Okay. Oh, actually, this will still extend planet, but planet will extend Star Launcher button. So there's a lot of things in here I don't need to copy over now. For example, reset or GUI on event. That doesn't need to be copied over anymore. I'll still keep all of this garbo. In process, I don't need that. Well, we're just gonna say super dot process. And then here, all we're gonna say here is just bop super dot process. Get rid of all that. Okay. And there's gonna be a bunch of variables up here that we have to delete. Like planet size, time modifier, all that. Delete. Fell asleep reading the Godot tutorial because I couldn't do it. Yeah. Planet description or TP position. None of that. We don't need click delay. Really, the only thing we need in here is like, don't need that stuff. I think it's just these override time and original colors. Let's go back to the Star Launcher button. So we don't want override time, original colors here. Gonna work on poop ground. Dude! Come on. I deleted it. Please accept that. This always happens. And the only way to fix it is reloading the current project. Oh, it just fixed it, but oh well. We're working on Poop Hub. Dude! Stop it. Has a parser? No, I don't. Super dot process. What's the problem? Oh. Whoopsies. Okay. So, we should be okay now. I should show the stuff over here. It doesn't. Why doesn't it? It extends planet and then extends Star Launcher button. But it does not show the things. Well, I'm a data right now, getting like 1 in every 20 words you're saying. Oh yeah, that's so good. No worries. Thank you, Saiku. We're popping in. trade center for the citizens of the solar system. Person literally used Discord username. Literally said Godot is easy while I'm over struggling to understand the statements. Yeah. I mean, you know, as per usual, if there's any specific questions you've got about stuff, I'm happy to answer. This better freaking work. I don't know why I can't inherit this stuff on the other scenes. That's kind of not good. But this tends to happen. See, this is not showing the inheritance, which is weird. Because it should show like how this one shows Star Launcher button. So when we go into this, it's just going to be all broken. Is the variable for Godot the same as a local? Yeah, pretty much. Basically, there's only var in Godot. There's just var stupid equals 1. So, and the scope of these just depends on where you place them. If you place them up at the top here, then those will be global scope for the whole script. You know, if you do it in a function, that'll be just for the function. And a scope is basically the range of where you can access that variable. So, hey, what's up? Just hopping in here for a little bit before Shmeep. Yeah, sounds good. Well, I appreciate it. Okay, I don't understand how these still work. And why that one doesn't. Trying to figure this out right now. It's probably because I didn't connect the mouse entered events. That would do it. Then on mouse exited. Should really set it up to do that automatically. And then GUI input event. Still define type with the... Yeah, you can still define the type. It's just like... Yeah, the type is defined independently of the var statement. So like... Yeah, exactly how you did it there. You would do the colon and then the type. Type can't rise up. I need to be a little bit better about typing my stuff, but I'm just bleh. I've gotten pretty good at keeping track of the types of things, and so it's never been a major issue for me. But, you know, it's always good, though, to do it, especially for... It can also slightly improve performance, although it's not really that big of a difference. So, but I'll probably type some specific things. In scripts that are important and I care about, I type stuff, but, yeah. Okay, there we go. It's weird how it... Ooh. See, I don't know why it works there, but here... It, like, does it with the other ones. There's some weirdness I gotta work out here. Oh, it's because these are in a group. Planet click. That would be why. I still have no idea how these are working. Because I can't see the values I've entered into here. So that's a problem. But it's working somehow, so. Oh, it's probably because it's in here, isn't it? No? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I reload the project, it might work. Well, you can set up untied vars to be error/warnings to Go editor. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But then I'd have to spend forever redoing all my code, so. How'd you go about learning GD script syntax? Basically, do how to program. I was struggling to figure out how to type what I want to a script. Yeah. Well, really the best way. I will. Oh, there we go. Now I can see it. Weird. The best way, and what will always be the best way, I wouldn't really recommend a tutorial for syntax, but what I would do is look at the Godot documentation. And this has everything that you really need to know. There's even a whole getting started section. Introduction to Godot. It tells you everything about what Godot is. Overview of Godot's key concepts. This is super important. This is one of the most important pages for someone starting out. This is the core of what Godot is, and you need to understand these things. So, like, what is a scene? You know, basically it's like a prefab in Unity. What is a node? A node is just like sort of an object or a building block that you can do things with. You know, the scene tree. This is super important. And then you can do, there's more tabs here. This is going over the editor. And I believe there's a section on, like, scripting. Learning new features. Learning to think like a programmer. Goes design philosophy. There is, like, best practices, introduction. There's a lot of info in here, so definitely just read through this and see, like, because if there's something you don't understand, like, okay, I know that scenes exist, but, like, what do scenes do and stuff? That's when you can kind of branch it off and, like, okay, scene organization, and figure out what scenes do. But this is just so important. This is basically, how do I do stuff? The documentation will show you. For example, I want to do 2D stuff. Let's take a look at that. 2D sprite animation. I want to make a little guy, right? And so this will tell you everything on that, like the different functions that you can do with it. So it's best is just to get started making stuff, learn as you go. Yeah, honestly, that is true. You just have to start making something. And I know it's difficult and daunting. It always is. I mean, 6 months ago, or more than that now, but 7 or 8 months ago, I hadn't touched Godot at all. I came into it completely fresh, and I had to learn too. So, anyone can learn. You just have to spend the time to do it. Oh, these actually transferred. Cool. And you would be a fool to think that it's going to be easy. Because the truth is, it's not going to be easy. I'll just say that now. But you'll eventually get to a point where you realize you kind of actually know what you're talking about. Yeah, definitely not easy, but it is worth it, I would say. Learning the code and understanding Godot is a very powerful tool, because it allows you to, well, literally make entire universes, virtual worlds. So, it's worth it. Trying to figure out how... So when I hover over these will, like, expand around the center. But this one doesn't. Oh, it's because I had to set a pivot offset, probably. Let's try that. Thanks a lot. Yeah, no problem. I'm always happy to answer questions about stuff. And if you have anything really ultra specific about, like Godot documentation, just let me know. And then we can dive into that and I can help explain. Or not just documentation, anything hyper specific about Godot. Because, yeah, I mean, once you get over that initial hump of just trying to learn basic syntax, it's much easier from there. So, you know, if I can help people get over that, then that would be great. Okay, manual save. So let's see what this does now. After it loads. Okay. Yeah, no, that's looking good. This is what I want. Space Hub. Trade center systems on the solar system. I don't know why it's over here, though. You know what I mean? I didn't add some cool, like, avoidance algorithm, so it doesn't overlap with the other one. So that's just... I don't know. The only way I slowly adapted to, like, Lua and Python is that I realized how some parts of the codes would connect to each other, how they would ask for something. But I still see a lot of yapping. Yeah, I mean, it's just the kind of thing where it just takes time. There's still things in here in Godot script and GD script that, like, are slightly confusing even to me. Just sort of how, like, specific functions operate and stuff. But over time, as you just work with them more and actually apply things and experiment with how they work, then you'll figure things out. That's the best way to do it. Are we specific? Yeah, I've got a heck of a GPU crashing issue on Ford Plus. Oh, yeah. You go to OpenGL to make it not crash while streaming. Huh. Yeah, that's, it's always a bro moment. I have noticed a lot of graphics card issues with the Ford Plus rendering engine. Even just with, like, people trying to play the game. A lot of the times the game will just not work if your graphics card is out of date. One thing that is required for Ford Plus, which is like the thing that Godot uses, is it has to support Vulkan. So make sure that your graphics card does actually have Vulkan. Because if it doesn't have Vulkan, well, then you can't actually do anything in a Ford Plus. So yeah, I mean, Vulkan, it's great. It runs fast, but it's not always supported for every single card. 4.3 solves the issue. Oh, you're using Jolt. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's fair. There is a lot of issues I hope 4.3 solves, actually. What was the one issue? There's one issue I always have. Well, just general UI stability. Sometimes, like, the window will start, like, freaking out and doing, like, minimizing and maximizing. Just little minor things, but yeah. 4.3, though, seems pretty good so far. Also, some multiplayer issues I would really love Godot 4.3 to figure out. Something I like for you is to explain how to use the OS class for stuff, like moving the window. Yeah, so OS class is not really used for moving the window. The OS class is more for, like... Let me snooze the ad. The OS class is more for, like, things that the computer itself can do, and not just your program. So if you control-click... By the way, this is a big tip for anybody. If you don't know what something is, if it's one of these, like, objects, control-click on it, and it opens the documentation. So this is all the functions in here. There's a lot of things that OS does. It's a very... general purpose class. But basically there's just all sorts of things you can do. You can open, like, a Windows alert box, close MIDI inputs. It's very general purpose. You can execute things, so you can actually, like, try and execute an exe. And this is where you get into malware. You can make malware with Godot if you really want to, but that's not a good idea. Don't do that. Yeah, there's a lot in here to go over. You can get the locale of the computer that you're on, the environment of the computer that you're on, the model of your computer, the memory info. So this is like, OS is sort of the interface between your program and the machine that you're running on. So this is a great way to be like, okay, this person, get locale. This person is in Spain, so I'm going to automatically set their language to Spanish when they load the game, that kind of thing. I don't actually have that set up for Starground, but that's just one thing that you could do, for example. Yeah, but CMD commands, these are all here, so you can do... it's not there, but there's like a function to run a command. It's down here. I think it's shell open. This is really so shell open is the function that you use to sort of run commands, I think. Or this is actually just to open it in File Explorer. Never mind. But yeah, you just have to go through and look at these functions and what they do. Execute is the way to really run commands in command line. So, and then as far as Windows stuff go, so if you want to do that, there is an object or class called the display server. So this is what you'll use for that. So the display server kind of handles like, ooh, that's a lot of functions. A lot of display stuff, right? So this will do like, all this window stuff is really what you want. So you can, if you want to set the window to full screen, you can say window set mode, I think in here, right here. And you can say like full screen. And if you click on this function, you can see, so this takes a window mode argument. You can click on that, and then like window mode full screen. So that will let you set the window to full screen. So that, and then there's just a bunch of stuff you can do in here. A lot of these big, high level classes like the display server are just super general purpose, and they just handle a bunch of miscellaneous things that you might need to do. So like setting vsync, setting the window size right here, setting the window position. There's a function for every single little specific thing that you'd want to do. And it's really easy. Like setting the window position, just look at it. It takes a vector 2i. So you just say window set position, vector 2i, 0, 0, and that'll bring the window, I think, to the top left. But yeah, it should be pretty straightforward though. Also want to use get window as well, typically before display server. Yeah, you can do that. That's if like you have a game where I think you can specify like, or you have multiple windows. But usually display, I've just used display server and it's never been an issue for me. I've never had to do get window, just because this will already have a reference to the default window and all these functions. So like when you do window set position, you can see the window ID by default will always be 0. And so it's just, you don't really have to specify the window that you're targeting, but you totally can, you know. Yeah, there's display server, there's all sorts of kinds. There's also file access, so if you want to modify files and write things, this is what you use for that. But yeah. Anyways. Coding time. I know, it's crazy. Okay, so this should work. I mean, I don't know where this brings me. Okay, it just brings me to spawn right now. It's because I didn't set the TP position yet. But so basically my goal then is to figure out where we can put the space hub. Right now the dungeon's on the left. I'd probably put it like plus 10,000 on the X, just on the right side. I think that would be fine. So we'll do that. And I might have to move these around when we eventually get into a bigger spawn island. Spoilers. But we'll see. So this will teleport the player to 10,000 now. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, you can use file access for modding. That's one way to do it. The other way is you can actually load a PCK, which I haven't gotten into a whole lot of modding stuff yet, but eventually we will do that probably. Also, we got an ad right now. I'm sorry, but I've snoozed it long enough. So. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Oh, I didn't see this. New message dropped. Oh. God, I'm really hoping that Steam will review the demo in time for tomorrow. But we'll see. Hey, what's up, Thomas? We were working on Starground. I'm just kind of working on this new space hub thing. Starground, I like it. Yeah, thank you. But now when we go into the game and launch on the Star Launcher, we should be going 10,000 pixels to the right. So let's see what happens. And we do. Obviously, we're just in the void because the space hub doesn't exist. But yeah, we're there. Okay. I'm just gonna run left until we hit the main world. You'll see. Swear to God, if you eat again. No, I'm not gonna eat. No food on this stream. Sorry to all my ASMR lovers out there. Yeah, a little bit like Satisfactory but 2D. I mean, Satisfactory but 2D is Factorio. No. Cheese time. You can still hear me walking in the background. It'll be fine. I just want to see if I can get to the main world. I mean, I should be able to. There's no reason why I can't. It's gonna be a long journey, though. Perfect time for Jesus. Exactly. Oh, I made it. Okay. Yeah, I saw that. You got a rainbow on your guy. That's awesome. Whoa. Hey, yo! Tater Tech, thank you so much. Donation on Ko-fi. That's awesome. Yeah, I got a Windows pop-up for that, which is interesting. Yeah. Oh, I gotta put in my... Let me go check that out real quick. But let's get the confetti. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Alright. That's probably enough cheese time. Yeah, we'll end it there. So look, check it out. I'm at the edge of the world. Yeah. So you can see how the world kind of works then. It's just... everything's just really far apart so you can't see them. But yeah, we're at the edge of the world. You have the new weapon component sprites in the wiki? Yes, I can do that. I wonder if there's like a way I could be like... Whoa, what happened to the light? Oh, it thinks I'm in the dungeon. I think. So if I go over here... Yeah! So when I'm over past this, the game thinks I'm in the dungeon. Also, watch this. Ready? Wait. Well, we'll wait for this, but as soon as the music is done playing, it's gonna play dungeon music. Biome moment. Go to the dungeon. Well, there is no dungeon because it's not gonna exist. I haven't generated it through the Star Launcher, but it's just gonna be nothing. I just want to wait and see, though. If my theory is correct, it'll start playing the dungeon music after this one, so... You can get world record? World record for what? Dungeon 80%. Well, it's not really gonna make it any better to be outside the dungeon. Because you can't get back in, that's the problem. Well, while this music is playing, I'm just gonna keep programming. So yeah, I mean, that totally works. I guess the next thing which wasn't actually too bad to set up. And now that I've refactored it a little bit, it should be even easier to do the next ones. But we can get started on a tile set. I'm just gonna go ahead and copy or just open the ones we have now, just for reference. Where is it? 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 Tiles, grassy. So that's the overworld tile set. And then there should be a dungeon one. Dungeon 1 tile set, yeah. So this is the dungeon tile set. And actually a lot of these tiles are no longer necessary. Like these corner ones, I actually don't need these. Because if you look at this over here, this is the corner. So why do we even have these ones, you know? But yeah. Run ends when game thinks you're in the dungeon. Oh, yeah. Well, it wouldn't really help. Because you could just use the star launcher and go to the dungeon in 2 seconds. Or you could go to the space hub and then walk across the entire world to get to the dungeon. So, it's just... It doesn't really help, but, you know. It's cool, though, I guess. Oh man, I can't wait for tile sets to get separated into more nodes. I'm so tired of how it is now. Okay. So a tile kind of like this is sort of what I was thinking for perhaps the tiles on the space hub. The space hub will probably have a pretty big variety of tiles, honestly. Just because there's gonna be a lot of like zones and stuff. But we just need like a basic tile that we can put down as a floor right now. So I say for now, we do like a little bit of a brighter tone. No oops. Let's set that to, oh God. Set this to global. Boom. Okay. This is the tile set, everybody. No! Oh. I always accidentally press save all. It's tragic when this happens. So this is gonna be tiles space hub, I guess. And now if I actually go to the world, well, let's make a new scene for this. How do I want this to work? Because it could just permanently exist, but, you know, for performance reasons, it's not always the best. So I'll probably just do a whole new scene, which is just the space hub. Oh yeah, it started playing the dungeon music, by the way. I am officially in a dungeon. Anyways, no. Oops. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Ah. Okay, this is the space hub. I'm gonna add a tile set, tile map, whatever. Let's create a tile set. Resource. Some maps has no source configured. Oh, there we go. It's gonna be an atlas, sprites. We're going to go find T for Timmy tile. Where is it? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. Okay. Boom, we have our freaking tile, guys. So let's, And this will not be the final tile. I just want to have this here so we can actually tell when we're in the dungeon. Or not dungeon. This is not a dungeon. Can I release the rainbow effect to the public? Do it up. It's, I don't think it's really a secret. It's just BB code. Let me check this out. Whoa. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, go ahead. Uh-oh. Godot? What happened to Godot? Gotta love it. Oh. We're okay. Godot had to go, yeah. Which script handles the rainbow? It's not really a script, actually. I mean, what it is, it's just built-in. It's a built-in effect in Godot, the rainbow effect. So if you go to the BB code documentation for Godot, it's just a rich text label, and then down here there's like custom effects that they have. So these are all the different ones you can do: wave, tornado, shake, fade, or rainbow. So yeah, and these are just built into BB code, so I didn't create these. Okay, so this should bring us to the funny hub. Oh, well, duh, I didn't actually create it. Space hub. Space hub. Space hub. I'm sorry. So I have to figure out, so inside of the global script, there's, I think, a variable for knowing where the player is. Problem is I had it set to dungeon before, I think. In dungeon. We now need a new variable for this, because there's more than 2 places in the game now. Sadly, BB code does not stand for Big Boy Code. Yeah, we can make it stand for that in our hearts. It's okay. But yeah, in here, this is where it sets, like, when you play, like, music and stuff. It's gonna be as cool as you, dude. You are. What do you mean? Yo, what's up, Irad? How's it going? Okay, this has a thing in here. This is where it's creating the... Ready. Yeah, the music player. So this checks in here. So if you're in the dungeon or not. But I think I'm going to have to change that. So instead of in dungeon, we're just going to have a new variable. So not in game right here. So we're going to save our current region. And this might actually be a string, honestly. I could do a number, but I like comparing strings for stuff that are names like this a little bit better. So by default, it'll just be automation. And I'll have a little reference sheet for the different regions here. And hub. Yo, what's up, Nad Arab? How's it going? Oh, it has enums? I mean, I'm not surprised. I've never used enums in Godot, so I need to figure out how. So this is how I learn things, guys. If there's something I want to use, like an enum, then I go to the documentation. Okay. Okay. So this is an enum. Hey, Hair Tag, thank you for the follow. Ooh. So how do I like reference these kind of things? So an enum is good, but then I'm gonna have to have an enum and then a separate thing. So glorious donut, thank you. Yeah, that was my Blender speedrun donut. Maybe we'll do another one on stream for fun, but I'm kind of out of practice. I'm gonna be honest. You guys want to do it? I'm kind of down to speedrun a donut real quick. Let's teach you all some Blender tips. Enums are good, yeah. I have to figure out the exact like use case of it, because okay, so basically it gives you sort of like a dictionary with these different values, and you can assign values to them, but otherwise it'll just be from 0 to whatever. As you call the word version, but behind the scenes calls the integer. Okay, yeah. So that would be probably what we want. So basically what I have to have is just like one called regions and then the other is current region, right? And then by default, we're going to say it'll be regions.automation. That kind of thing, I guess, is what I'm getting at. Or is it just like these are their own variables? So now I can just say automation. I can't. Okay. So yeah, that actually works pretty good then. I'll use that. Now the question I have is that, like, this is only in the script that you're referencing, I'm guessing. So if I want to access this enum in another script, I'm gonna have to say global.automation, right? So that'd have to be like global.automation, probably. But that's fine, honestly. I don't really mind that. That's better than having to remember the strings, honestly, so yeah, thank you. There's a lot of things I could turn into an enum, I think. I do use a few things that reference strings, and in some of those cases I have to, just because that's like the name also, so you should be able to call it if you have reference that script. All right, cool. You love Blender, yeah. Sorry, I missed a few things. Godot's so weird about spelling. Lua, it's else if. When Godot's just elif. Yeah, it is. There's little quirks like that, but you know, just have to figure them all out. It was confusing to me too, because you know, I came from a not Python background. Everything I've always used up until that point was Java or C++, pretty much, or a C# actually too. So when that came up, I was like, you know, I mean, it didn't take me very long to figure it out, but because the way I'm sort of used to doing if statements and stuff, I would be like, you know, if dumb idiot is equal to dimwit, and then you got to do the parentheses or the curly brackets and all that, and then you do else, and then it would be like else if, like that. So yeah, it's totally different, but it's not that hard to learn. Down like Godot, and I'm playing a 2D puzzle game where you can't move and have to place down objects like fans pushing around. Nice. Well, congrats on getting started on that. I hope it goes well. Always happy to answer any questions you have. Now you're gonna remove the comment. Oh yeah, you're right. Almost forgot. Ruby is worse. We use else. Oh, that's a little weird. I understand elif and else if, but else if like that is a little weird. A little late to do now, but for anyone watching, you should always declare variable types. As performance increase makes debugging easier. Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely agree with that. Declaring variable types is probably a good thing to do. I haven't in this project, so probably not a good idea, but yeah, I recommend it. How do people code the first code? Ooh. Let me tell you about punch cards. So punch cards were how they used to program. So this is how you would program. With numbers. In just straight up binary. So this is a program. Yeah, this would suck. Thank God that we have programming languages now. Yeah, this is a punch card. There's an extended character set. Okay. But yeah, as you can see, we started from physical coding on a card, which is crazy. But eventually we realized this is stupid and then started doing digital programming, but boy, I'm glad I wasn't programming back then in the punch card days. I think it would kind of suck. It'd be slow, confusing. I mean, it's just numbers. Like there's no language. There's no if statements. I don't even know how you would like program like that. It's just in binary, right? Or I don't know. Yeah, punch cards. Oof. But anyways, we're gonna do a Blender speedrun. So the way I need to just practice, because I haven't done this in so long. So the way I do it, I do a torus. I modify the torus. So I change the minor radius like that. Probably up the segment count to like 32. So that gives me the base. And then I think what I do is I did that, I duplicate it, I shift it up. And then this is where, I mean, you could do a super basic donut like this. Switch to material view. You know, give it a nice pink frosting. Over here, lower the saturation. And I mean, you've got a super basic donut. This is, this is not a good donut though. What you can do to make it better is add a displacement modifier. So you can do this, get a new texture out here, clouds, and then you can start to make this look a little more real. Get it bigger, and then I'll use the exact same oops, no, that's not what I have to do. I'll use the exact same displacement texture on this one, because now the donut, like, so this is a pretty deformed donut, but you can lower the strength so that it's not as messed up. And now it just looks a little more real, you know? It's not as jank. And then the other thing that you can do, so if you want sprinkles on your donut, you can go to this. And I think the way I did it was through hair. Yeah, like this. And now that looks insane, don't get me wrong, but basically you want to do a where is it? Or a UV sphere. And I go into here, I just grab this, and now you've got a sprinkle, right? Oops, that big mistake. Run is ruined. And now you got the sprinkle. Over here, what you can do, ignore the disgusting so you go to render object, and now you can select the sprinkle. And now you can see that has the sprinkles on it. Problem is that the sprinkle's too big, so we're gonna shrink the sprinkle on down. We're also going to change the, where is it? Object rotation. No, we don't want that. Scale randomness, you can up that a little bit. But really what we want is rotation. I don't remember where that was. This is why I'm just going through it slowly, because I gotta remember how to actually do this. Hair shape, field weights, vertex groups. I don't remember. Hair dynamics? No. Where's rotation? Am I stupid? Advanced? Oh, you need to enable advanced to see it. Okay. But then you can randomize rotation. Yeah, there we go. So now we got sprinkles. So if you want to do multiple types of sprinkles, you put it in my batter, make my batter bitter. So you copy your sprinkles, you put it into a collection, and now we can apply colors. So we want red sprinkle, we want blue sprinkle, and we want green sprinkle. So now, instead of over here, instead of selecting the specific one, we're going to choose the collection, right? Isn't that how that works? No. There's a way to do it. Render as collection, yeah, and then you choose the collection, which is collection 2, and now they're all randomized. Okay. But yeah, done is done. I mean, you could continue to improve this further, and it just depends on like how detailed you want to get with it. But you could easily apply a noise texture and then put that into base color, and we'll put a color ramp on that. Wrong node. Like boom, boom. Actually, no. And then this is where you can specify your colors. Just do something like there. So now it's the texture is a little more random. And if you really want to get fancy with this, you could actually put that straight into a displacement node. And this is where things start to get crazy. Takes a second to load. So now it's got texture. Yeah. Anyways, let me read all of the million things that I didn't read. Is it true that a computer at the time was the actual person doing repetitive math? That is true, actually, I think. I think the original term for a computer was someone that did, like, they computed the calculations, yeah. You worked at a terminal. When you wanted to run your code, you had to go over to the mainframe and insert the cards. Oh, yeah. Well, I thought there was, like, even before that. Well, computer origin. Or I guess not. I guess it was just... Yeah, what was the first computer? Well, that's like a real computer. The term referred to a human computer, a person who carried out calculations or computations, yeah. So, originally, a long time ago, computer really referred to a person that computed numbers. But yeah, that's not the case anymore. Oh yeah, you already found that, sorry. How would I do mold? Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of ways you could do it. Honestly, I do like using hair for mold. I think it can kind of look good. So I'll show you that. So yeah, let's do that. So let's add another, let's just do a plane. And we'll make this, actually let's do a cube, and we're gonna make this cube moldy. So we do another hair. We're going to add another collection. Be mold. Now, do you mean mold as in like the plant, right? Like, like this kind of mold, like the fungi? Like this mold? Just to make sure. Yeah. So there's ways you could do it. If you want it to be really high def, where it's like actually has physicality to it. Oh god, drop for your own stream. Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate it. So there's two ways I would do it. First off, if you want super ultra detailed mold, then I would do it this way. So circle, I'm actually gonna fill in the circle, so we just end up with like a disc. And on this disc, I think I'm gonna add a displacement modifier. and that one. So it gives it like a little bit of a waviness. And I'm actually going to set the coordinates to global, and you'll see why. So now if we go back into here, we can select our object for render, which will be the mold. Actually, we'll do a collection in case, in case you ever want to do more than just the one. So we end up with this kind of thing. So this obviously doesn't look good. So we have to make sure that the, there is a way to do it. I don't remember exactly how, but it's like you can rotate it for the normals. Yeah, kind of like that. And then I think if we rotate this, it's not that one. We just gotta keep rotating until we figure out which one it is. Not that one. Not, oh. Well, I can't seem to rotate it. We'll figure it out. Phase. Oh, almost. Normal tangent. Well, you want to use normals. Yeah. Also, quick question. Do you also delete the initial cube, then add a cube mesh? Yes. I always do. I hate the default cube. That's how they make Pringles? Maybe. I'm trying to figure out how we can rotate this, because it's applying normals, but then that's not. Emit from, oh no, we have to emit from faces. I haven't done this before, honestly. So I'm kind of figuring it out, but we will discover how to do it. I mean, you can randomize rotation. That's not what we want, though. I mean, I wonder if we phase it and then rotate it. No. So rotating it doesn't do anything. Because we're not... Oh, because we need to copy object rotation. Now we can rotate it. Okay. So now what we do instead is we set this to 90. That's not right. I think it's this one that needs to be 90. No. There's probably a better way to do this. But this would give you kind of like a very fine, moldy look. I mean, if that's what you're looking for. Yeah, and then what we'd probably want to do... Are those in there? Hold on. Nope. This could work as like the... You know the mold I'm talking about, where it's like sideways on like a log or something. I guess that is flat. Well, then what I would do is up the strength on this, maybe. You could almost do something like that. So you can kind of get this moldy effect. You know, it probably would be better not to use a plane, honestly. I think a sphere could work better for this. But then you can just texture this mold down here. Give it whatever kind of color you want. And now it's looking a little moldy. Now, I would probably change the texturing and stuff on this. For sure. It looks more like algae, but... Now let's go into the second one. That's one way. It takes a lot of fine-tuning, though. The second way I would do it if you don't care so much about the ultra-high fidelity. So this is your shader down here. Can you mesh the hair modifier with a texture mask? I think so, actually. I haven't done that before, but I'm sure there's a way to. Just because the hair modifier is used for, well, hair, right? So I'm sure that there's a way that you can paint on where you want it to be. I can't tell you how to do that, but I know that there is a way. Yeah, it might be through textures down here. That or in custom properties. No, not custom properties. There's a way to do that, though. The other way I would do it, if you don't need the physicality of the mold. You know, further. No, it's all good. Like, I'm not like rushing or anything to get anything done since the demo's already done, so we're kind of in a nice relaxation period. So if you want to add mold straight to the texture and you don't care about the physicality of it, this is the best way to do it. So get an add shader node, connect your regular material up to it, and then up here you have your noise texture. So you're going to connect that with a color ramp, and then connect that. Actually, we want like color to. Actually, yeah, let's just add another principled BSDF. Plug in the color in the alpha. Connect the noise to that, and then now, after it loads for a sec, so this will be your new mold. So you can set like a color for the mold. We'll do like a bluish mold. So I would up the detail and the roughness a bit. Actually, in this case, I wouldn't do add shader, I think. I would do a mix shader. Oops. So, let's see. I need to modify this, though. So this is sort of like the cutoff for your mold. I can't see it, though. Let me keep working at this. We'll figure it out. Is it because that was connected up? No. Why is this so, like, not visible? Oh, there we go. Okay, now you can actually see it. Plug that back into the alpha. And you can overlay this mold on top. So this one, let's actually do transparent. Yeah, so now there's like mold overlaid on top of your other material. So you can change this to whatever color you want. You could do red, but now it's all moldy. And you could do this straight into the texture if you want, but I kind of like this overlaying on top because then you can do whatever you want down here. And then obviously mold, it could be white or it could be like a black mold. And I'd probably also set this to black, so kind of like that. And so maybe this down here is like a wall. I said that kind of weird. A wall. Oops. Walls are not that color. So this is just like a white wall maybe. And then you could also apply like a little bit of a Voronoi texture to this wall maybe, just to make it more realistic. Get a color ramp out here. So I would do not like this, but we would just do this very, very tiny. And actually I wouldn't apply it here. I think what would work better here is applying it to the material output. Let's do that. Is there a way to preview the noise texture UVs? Yeah, so what you can do is there's a, what is it? Image node? Or maybe you can't do that here. There is a plugin that you can get that like shows little previews of all of what these textures are. And so I can't remember what it's called though. It's like, I think it's just called Node Preview. Yeah. So this is one plugin and this is what it does. This is a great little thing. Problem is that you do have to buy it, but honestly, it's super helpful for seeing what these textures actually are going into your things. So I definitely recommend this if you're willing to spend the 25 bucks. But there might be another way to do it. Actually, there might be a built-in one. Oh, apparently there's an experimental... Hold on. Maybe don't buy the plugin. Make SpongeBob and Blender in under 1 second challenge. That is impossible. Prone to displacement. Yeah, it definitely would. So yeah, what we could do actually is link this noise up to a displacement node so that the mold kind of like is sitting off of the surface. So we just add a displacement there, and then we could probably do color into here. And this might be inverse, but let's just see what it looks like. So this is not really doing much. I think it's just because it's all black. What we'd want to do is like invert color before we put it into here. Or we just apply this so that the color ramp would just be white, and then we map that to the color we want. Oh wait, not factor. I need to put color in. So this should... It's pretty minimal, but I don't really see much of a difference. Am I doing something wrong with this? I might be. Object space, world space. This is where previewing the colors would be kind of nice. Apparently, I was looking at a Reddit post. There is actually supposedly an experimental node preview section in here. Yeah, node preview. But it doesn't seem to be working. It doesn't seem to be working, yeah. Hey, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Does displacement work on vertex or just as a normal map? So do you kind of mean like with actually displacing the vertices, like moving these around? Because I think it does in cycles, but not in but not in Eevee, if I remember correctly. I don't know why that's on CPU. Oh. I've made a mistake with my shader. I made the wall transparent. Yeah, let's see. I think it does need to be an add shader. I'll figure this out. Yeah, normals are fake surface for displacement. Literally displaces the... Yeah. So normal displacement is just like... It's an illusion. It's not... Whoa. Okay. So I've inverted this by accident. Let's, well... Or that's not it. What have I done? This isn't the displacement doing that right now. How did I end up doing this? Okay, yeah, there we go. Right? And then I up that. Don't need to do alpha anymore. Is that gonna work? No. Yeah, sometimes it takes a lot of messing around with before it works how you want. I might have to reverse the add order. That could be what's happening. No. Well, I'm just a goober, aren't I? Yeah, but I think there is like a vertex displacement thing that you can do. Most of the time when I need vertex displacement, I just use a displace modifier. I have to subdivide it. And this always works well. You just do simple, and then now you can actually adjust the resolution stuff. And now you've displaced it. Obviously, this doesn't work for everything. In some cases, you can't really do a displacement, but this seems to work most of the time. You can modify the strength. So you could do some cool effects if you animate it too. Let's skip this because it's so loud. I need to like lower the volume. There's like some kind of pulsating heart thing. You know? Yeah, I don't know what's up with my shader. I'm doing something wrong. but I'm trying to figure out what. I'm trying to add, I mean, this might be adding the RGBs, which is not what I want to do. But I've done it before. Maybe I have to do... No, that won't work. Maybe. It's like a shader to RGB. What is it? Why can't I find it? If anyone knows what I'm doing wrong here. What? Where is it? I literally did this. Oh, separate color. No, it's like convert shader to RGB. Yeah, no, it's all good. Converter. Color, separate color. I thought it was separate color. Okay, I'm just gonna close out of this project. Let me go open up the animated intro project, because this is where I did it. So what did I use here? Oh, shader RGB. Okay. It just didn't show up for some reason in Blender search. Whatever. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to... I want to get this mold effect working. We will get it working. Then we'll go back to whatever we were doing. Now it's become personal. So I think what might work is if I do this, and then we do combine color. Or it's a mix color, I think. Yep. Oops. So we mix that. And then let's go get another principled SDF up here. Another shader RGB. Do that. Let's get a noise texture. Just put it in color for now. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to basically just overlay the color on top. So like, okay, if this is white, up here, let me add a color ramp so we can see it. And I might have just figured it out. Let's see. But basically I want to just be like, okay, it's not working. I'm just trying to overlay, so, okay. I'll just do this so we can see exactly what we have going on here. So this is our mold texture, right? Basically, I want it to be like anywhere where this is white is where the mold is. And I guess maybe what I could do for that is do a mix shader, then into factor, I could do the color straight out of here and mix it this way. Let me try this. But see, it's applying the black. That's not what I want. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's just mold. I mean, it doesn't really matter exactly what I'm trying to make. It's just... I mean, maybe if I had this alpha transparency set low. But see, it's just making it black. That's not what I want. Because I think what's happening... Yeah, so what's happening is that now it's just doing... It's like the inverse of what I want. Oh, maybe? But it's still black. This is the problem. Oh, I think that's kind of what I want. What if I do constant? it's kind of what I want, but then it's black. Oh. Okay. I think that'll do it. That seems to be normal color. Yeah. Okay, I think I got it worked out. It's just a little wacky. But I wanted to try doing, like, for example, I'm just messing with stuff. I'm not really trying to achieve anything, but wave texture is going to be funny. I want to make some wood. So using a wave texture with a little bit of distortion, can do that, and then lower the value of this a little bit. This is pretty dark wood. Should probably brighten this up. Now it kind of looks like wood. A little bit. That's not perfect. So now we can just overlay the mold straight on top. Instead of this, let's do like linear. Seems to have stopped working. Okay, that's there, so now the black is the mold. It's so confusing. It looks off. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. There's probably a Blender tutorial that's better than what I can do here. But now you can kind of dynamically just add a little bit of mold to the texture like that. And this is fully covered. But see, it's still a little weird. Because that's the true color underneath. So moving this also changes it. Or maybe I just had to make that alpha transparent. No, but see, then it's just stupid now. Oh. That'll do. It's just because of how I had the alpha and stuff set up. Alright, this will be fine. I'm not doing anything with that now. Let's close out of it. Well, here, if anyone wants to see what I did here, here's a full screenshot of... Anyways. Back to what we're actually doing. So I was setting up enums. So if we go into the player script, okay. Let's go to... So yeah, this stuff, so that's on start launch. There's on star launcher finished. So this is where we set it to the new teleport position. And this is where we can kind of figure out what zone are we actually teleporting to. Before I had this whole setup with like just checking coordinates, but I don't think that's really a good idea. Because it could potentially cause issues if we change coordinates of things, and I don't want that to be a problem. So instead, I think what I'm going to do is on Star Launcher finished, this will just say global dot current region is equal to. So this will be like whatever it is. And we have to figure that out. So where would we grab that region? And I'm actually going to do this before anything here. Also, we don't want to create the dungeon every time. So we'll say if current region is equal to global dot dungeon 1. Hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. It'll only create the dungeon in that case. Oops. Because, yeah, there's times when this will not go to the dungeon. It might actually improve performance quite a bit of going to places that aren't dungeons. So global current region is equal to... So this is where we have to figure out where are we actually going. Hey, what's up? Sorry. How's it going? So on start launch, we passed the position. But I think something we might need to now include is not just the position anymore, but also the region that we're entering. So if we go back to the spaceship display menu, so essentially we're passing in on launch. This is what we're passing in. So we're passing the planet position and the path to the star launcher. That's all fine, but I think what might actually be better is if we just pass in, maybe a dictionary of information. So we're just gonna say var data is equal to, so position, and you know what? We are passing planet.position, which means planet is actually, let's print what, because planet is a dictionary. So let's do that. And controller's just this one here. So that just has an empty thing. So it must be whenever we click on one of these, this is where it does it. So on, yeah, right here. Okay, so this is what the planet, this is like the planet data array that we, or dictionary that we pass in. So we're gonna pass position, but now I also want to pass region. So I'm gonna add a new variable here. Can I give it the type of an enum? I guess not. I mean, what would the type of that even be? Is it just an int? I guess so. Okay, but now it passes the region and position. So if we go back to our script here, when we click on this, or not there, the launch. We're just going to pass the straight up dictionary with everything in there. Oops. Okay. And then start launch. I think that's in the star launcher. Or no, that's in the player. Yeah, so this is where it launches it. So this will not be that, but it'll just be planet data. So the star launcher TP will be planet data dot position, and so that'll launch the star launcher. So that gets that. We connect the finished thing there. Yeah. So this is where we'll set everything. Now, one thing I have to figure out. So we get this with start launch. We need to set like new region or something. A variable just to remember that info. So, and I don't want to set the region until we're actually in the region, so by default it'll be null. And we're gonna say equal planet data dot region. Oops. And then now, when we do on Star Launcher finish, we can set the region. So it's equal to new region. Okay. Then if it's the dungeon, create the dungeon, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Cool. So now the next thing is we actually have to set these like regions, which is up here. So region is just an integer. So let's go into the global script. I mean, it should be relatively straightforward. So like this one is the home planet. So region will be 0. Space hub region will be 3. And then the moon will be region, or whoops, space hub will be 2 actually. So we'll see if that works. Oh, I have to fix a thing with my mouse, hold on. Okay. Let's see what happens.
I got an ointment that I apply 3 times a day until skin ain't dry. I got a supplement so I can rejuvenate. Lotion is the apple of my eye. Lotion, toner, creams galore. I just still need more. Ointment on my eyes, lotion on my thighs. If there's no cream, I die. Ointment in my crevices.
So I hope, I think the way we can test this is if we load the dungeon. Because it should only load the dungeon if it gets the correct region. So if it doesn't load the dungeon, then we did something wrong. Okay. And this should mean that we are now in the dungeon region.
I just still need more. Ointment on my eyes, lotion on my thighs.
So that'll set the current region. Now, in player, one thing I have to do is on death, so on respawn. So I'm going to set global dot current region equals global dot automation. I should probably do that before I stop music. Yeah. So we're gonna check the music stuff. I'm gonna pause the music on Spotify. Let's see what this does. Before I do that though, I can feel the lag entering. I have to close some tabs here. We must wait for the lag to dissipate. This is frozen. Fun times. Yeah. Godot? Oh, there we go. Close those other tabs. Okay. That should run a little bit better. So I had to turn on the music. And I just want to make sure all this is working. So we're going to go to the dungeon. We're going to test, make sure the music works there. And then we're also going to make sure that the music changes after we die. Okay, so music is playing. Let's go to the dungeon. Yep, music has changed. sure we die. Yeah, but I think I'm actually cheating. So I have current region working, but the problem is that it's not set up with the music player, so I didn't actually check it really. So let's go to the music player, which is in the ready event. So you have music, yeah, they're both music player. So before we would check this in-dungeon stuff, right? So now we're gonna say if global.current region is equal to global.dungeon1, then we do that. And we need a few now, because now we also have the hub. So we're gonna check this. And we also will need to add one for the hub. So now we will go to the sound dictionary. Don't need that. Welcome back, Oshik. Where's the sound dictionary? Oh, global.music, yeah. So this is the sound dictionary. So we've got a few things here. I'm now going to add a new one for the hub. I think we only have one track for the hub. I wish we had more. I think it's called... What is it called again? No, let's see. I missed it. Where is that? Rewind. And it is in the project. Okay, so hopefully going to the hub will now start that new music. I've completely separated from the in-dungeon variable, so now it's just based off of the region. So let's see what happens. Give me your opinion on making animation using Godot as the animation program. I mean, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I think in a lot of cases it actually works really well because you can do more than just animation. You could do a little particle emitter. You could, you know, modify the alpha, and there's all sorts of fun things you can do with that. So honestly, yeah, I mean, the animation player in Godot works pretty well. I'd say that it would be a pretty good way to do animation, honestly. Of course, you could use something like Blender, which probably has a little more sophisticated tool set, but I don't see why you couldn't do animations in Godot, though. Okay, so let's go to the hub. So it should start playing. Oh. But it is playing? You can hear it playing. For some reason, invalid index hub on base dictionary. I don't know why. Oh, duh. Maybe? New track is on dictionary hub. Pick random. Weird. Oh, on function restart maybe? Does stop? Then play track. That should work. Let me try this again. Why does it keep crashing? It's saying that sounddictionary.hub is not a real thing. Invalid get index hub on base dictionary. But somehow it still gets past that and plays the right music, so that's what's confusing. So this is weird. Why doesn't it work? It should be able to just do .hub. I mean, I'm doing it the exact same way as everything else. So I don't know why it doesn't crash when I go to the dungeon and stuff. But the thing is that it's playing the music. So it's somehow getting to this statement. So this is passing. I don't understand how this is happening. But it says new track is null, so I'm kind of confused on how this is working. If sound dictionary, which is what we have up here, that's setting to global music. And as long as, and it's saying .hub, so get the key hub. That's exactly what I do everywhere else. This is a case where I believe it is time to reload the project. Sometimes Godot's funny. Because I don't understand what's going on. I wonder if it like cached or like indexed the dictionary somehow. I don't know. Let's try again. Let's see, it plays the overworld music just fine. I think it does the dungeon music just fine. Just give it another try, I guess. I don't get it. What am I doing wrong? What if I just delete that statement and then I'm just like... It's just quite odd. So let's see what happens. I still can't do it. That's it. I'm printing what sound dictionary is. I am tired of it. What? Oh, I've got to make sure I set global region back to, but it should have actually printed it. So this is what it's got. Main menu, automation, dungeon 1, and hub. But for some reason in this one, it just has main menu, automation, dungeon. There's no hub. I'm very confused, gamers. I don't know why or how this is happening. Looked like Nick got when he was skinny. Interesting. Don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. At least I don't look like Nikocado now, I guess, right? So I'm actually just not even going to use in dungeon anymore. I'm just going to say, I mean, I guess we can still use that, but global dot current region will be global dot automation. I'm very confused about this whole music business because it's right here. There's only the one with the hub. Is it because it's trying to play ambience? Ah. I figured out the culprit, gamers. I forgot about the ambience. Oh boy. Should work now. Single player. Ambience, my arch nemesis. Yeah. It was the freaking ambience. Oh well. Okay. That problem is over with. So back in the player, I think I'm going to make yet another change to one of these functions. So I've always had, where is it? There's a function here, create dungeon. But I want to now create the hub. Yeah. To add the sprite of the new weapon components. Which new weapon components? Like the ones that we, oh, to the wiki? Not yet. I can do that right now. I'm gonna have to do it all manually, which sucks. How do I do it again? Special pages. Where do I upload an image? I honestly don't remember how. Let's look it up. The upload wizard. Login required. Upload. Everything. God, how do I do this again? Page tools. Media reports and uploads. I mean, I can go to the file list, but it doesn't... There's no way to upload them, though. Am I just stupid? How do I upload? Does anybody know how to upload? Do you know, Sheik? Oh, I'm not logged in. Why am I... That's why. Now the upload file button is here. Yuck. This is a little broken. I'll have to fix that in the CSS. Now, let me look at exactly like the formatting I used. Ugh. Okay. Sprites. Items. There's not that many new ones, but... Oh god, I have to upscale them all, I forgot. Oh. How freaking tragic. Just all the new web commands to the automation arm. The only ones in the game are that and the pickaxe, I think, are the new ones. So how do I do it? So keep the top cap to 256. Or really it's the... Let's see, that one's taller than it is wide. So it's the widest side. Oh, here we go. Okay, so let's upload the... I wasn't done. Why did it just do it? Maybe I pressed enter by accident. Is there a period there? I can't tell. Okay. Submit the modified. Okay, whatever. I think it's up. Next one. What? It already exists? Oh, I guess I already added this before. Never mind. Yeah, because that was made before, so... Alright. There you go. Wonder how I want to do this. The Space Hub really isn't that bad in terms of performance. It's just a few nodes. I wonder if I could just disable the processing of it when you're not there, instead of having to delete it every time, you know? Honestly, I wouldn't mind. So let's go to the world node. And inside of here, I'm just going to add the Space Hub. And the Space Hub position will be 10,000, so you can see where it is over here. Alright, let's see what happens here. So everything in the Space Hub will be a child of the Space Hub node, which should be fine. I don't think there's really any things there that will cause any issues. Let me mute Spotify for one moment. Yeah, the Space Hub is here now. Oh, gotta fix that. So with this, the ordering, I have to say Y-sort enabled. Actually, out of curiosity, what do I have set for this one? Space Hub. Just set that really low for the... Alright, cool. Then, I think we're good. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can just start to kind of flesh out the Space Hub then. One thing the Space Hub will need is the Star Launcher. And I don't know exactly how this will work. If this is going to be bugged or not, we'll see. But let's give this a try, shall we? Ooh, one thing I do need to make sure on this Star Launcher is that it is not saved. How am I gonna do this? Well, I better do that now, because otherwise it's gonna... So, let's see, how can I make it so it doesn't save? Still 4.3 already has the data tile maps, which have other nodes tiles. Yeah, they do. Yeah, this is the in-game music. Let me... I was just testing that out, but we don't need that up anymore. Yeah, I'm excited though for the new tile maps. I think separating it into nodes is so much better than having it all as one big crazy node. That was something that I thought was always a little stupid, so I think that'll be good. Okay, so this is the exit room. So this creates the launcher and it says remove from group. Can break is false. So let me play unbuildable, I think. So we're just gonna have a variable that's like export var permanent. By default, that'll be false. But on ready, so if permanent. We'll remove it from the group. Set can break to false. Actually, I'm going to do this higher up in the breakable script. Okay. That'll do. So now what I can say inside of the Space Hub, I can just set the Star Launcher to permanent. And now you can't break it. It doesn't save. It should be fine. We'll see. Ugh. I don't know if it's going to break stuff. It might. I don't know. We'll see. I wonder if this music's too loud. Maybe turn it down a tad. So it should just work normal, I think. Never mind. It's not interactable for some reason. I wonder why it's not interactable. Let's go try to figure that out in the player script. So that happens down in here somewhere. Search for highlight. So that's the slot frames. So not there. So that's a change tool. Shot texture. Yeah, so here. It gets overlapping bodies. Well, it's adding the highlight, but I just can't interact with it for some reason. So it gets the inventory object. It's conveyor mover. It is in the group inventories. Interesting. So I think I do that inside the player stuff here. So if I go to it down here, build preview. It's not even there. Where is this? Added 1 second, by the way. I mean, it's right here. Player collision, that's all good. It's down. Getting hot. Well, the Star Launcher should be in the group. It's not. Very odd. So how come I can't... Also, I can still break it? No, that's just because it's... But I just can't interact with it. I don't know why. It's a little weird. But I can interact with all these ones. So it's just a regular old Star Launcher. It's got the inventory component. Add inventories is on. I don't know what's wrong with it. That's what I'm trying to figure out. For some reason, it's just not interactable. Maybe it's because of how I do checks in here. Oh, I'm doing object as position. I need to do global position. That's likely the culprit. I think I was just thinking that I'm not actually next to the Star Launcher, which isn't true. So let's see what this does. Yeah, it's just I couldn't interact with it in the hub for some reason. But let's see if this... Oops. Let's see if this fixes that issue. It should. It's back to single player. Back to the hub. Boom. We're in the hub. Yes. We can interact with it once again. So we go back to the hub. Or we go back to regular place. Yeah. Alrighty. We're jamming now. Okay. Okay. One other thing is I need to change. So what's happening is there's the light is still cycling, or the sun, when you're not in the automation zone. So I need to fix that. Day cycle. So I know there's somewhere where I reference lighting and where I make it invisible. Let me see where I reference day cycle. So that's not it. There's somewhere I'm making the lighting node go invisible. And I thought it was in the player. Alright, let's see. Oops. It's gotta be in here. Actually, it's probably just straight up in the lighting node. Why didn't I think about that? Global can access anything, even stuff in other scripts. Yes. Global basically is an auto load script I have set up so it can access all of it. Yeah, this is what I need to change. So if global dot... what's the freaking word? Current region is equal to automation. Then we say it is visible. Otherwise, it is not visible. You type in caps by accident. Okay. So that'll fix that. Alright. We're making good progress. The other thing I kind of want to change is so when you're in the space hub, the background is not good. I bet there's a way I can change that. Because I know there's like in here, I think it's in render. There's a place in here where you can change the background. Let me look it up. In project settings, yeah, but where? Default clear color, right? I'll just do that by accident. Right here. So we can't change the background there, but that's no problem. Headphone down reveal 1. Let's do it right now. Oof. It's actually not that bad. It's not as big of a dent as I would have expected, you know? So, oh man. This is gonna be stupid, but I think it'll work. So I'm just gonna add a texture rect. And I'm gonna set like this to full rect. We're gonna see what happens with this. I'm also gonna look up how to do this a better way. Change background to image. How to add an image background. This is the whole setup, isn't it? So he's just adding a texture rec. Okay, cool, but that's not what I want. Follow camera. I mean, I kind of want a parallax background, but not really. Save the player, make the level bigger. So add a camera. Parallax background. So I'm assuming it might just be following the coordinates of the camera. Likely that's what's happening. Oops, I did not mean to do a new game. Oh! So it definitely follows the camera. No, actually the problem is it's following the player, not the camera. So that doesn't really work. What if I set ordering to like -100? And then if I go out to the edge. Well, I can't there. Let's go to the space hub and see. Kind of. Just set it lower than anything and -1000. It's like almost what I want. Obviously not though. So we just have to keep modifying this. I think what I'll do is do this. So put it in position independent. And this will just be called background. So I'm gonna make a reference to the cam. Alright, it's a camera 2D. Then I will assign the camera into here. And then on ready, if... Let's actually do this on function. So global dot current region is equal to global dot hub. And then also if there is multiplayer authority equals true. Oops. And then we're also going to say, so is equal to cam, that global position. Okay, so this should be pretty good. I'm going to have to restart the project. Let's see what happens with this. So it should perfectly follow the camera. Let's see what happens with that. Single player. Manual save. Okay. So you can see it's following the camera, but clearly not good enough because it's like snapping on the pixels. So that's not good. There's got to be a way to do this better. There's no kind of like thing to do here, no. Do I have dragging enabled on this? I do have position smoothing, okay. I'm gonna drastically decrease the scale. See, it's still very pixely. That's not good. Godot make background follow camera. Real infinite glitch tip. Pay yourself. I wish. Oh. I could just use a canvas. Will that work? Yeah, actually, I think that will work. Let me try this. Because I think what I can do is I can change the drawing order of this canvas layer, I think. Yeah, so I could set this like layer -1 or something. Just paste the background on here. Layout, full rectangle. Set the scale back to normal. Now on this canvas layer, -1, all viewport, yeah. Let's see what happens here. I don't know what's gonna happen, but who knows. My arm. My hope is that it just draws below everything. Oh, but I gotta get rid of this script, though. So I do want this little bit, though. Can I just rename this script? Save as background canvas. Move it from there. Let's give that a try. No. So it could be because the actual clear color is solid. So we could try making it transparent, see if that actually does it. But I don't know. Low render or something? Let's try looking dead over there. Yeah. It's all good. Yeah, so this is how the canvas layers work. So you have like the level, which is no 2Ds, so -1. Yeah, parallax background. So it should work. It's probably because I had it set to a color and not transparent. Oh. Whoops. Or it could have been that too. Oh, was that bread? Is it bread again? Jeez. Let's see what happens. Ready? Moment of truth. No way, bro. Yeah, this is what I want. It's a little jank. For some reason, like, it's way bigger than it should be. Because of the size. Oh, fit width and keep centered. Well, I want this to be on like scale. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Gulp. Yeah. I'm scared you're making quite a frightful experience. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. So, out of curiosity, if I bring this alpha back up to full, I just want to see what happens here. Is it actually still clear, you know, or... We can release the demo. I just got an email from Steamworks. The demo has been approved on Steam. Finally. Take a gander. We can press the release demo button. Freaking awesome. Ugh. Just don't see look at the demos out. Just close it, yeah. Nah, it will be. Let me just check this. Okay, so you can have a solid color and still the background. So yeah, this is what I want. I just want it to be space in the background. Obviously space is infinitely big, so there's no parallax. But, you know, we could do parallax in the future. I wouldn't be opposed. Yeah, now it looks like we're on like a little floating platform out in space, you know? So, pretty cool. And it should be fine everywhere else. So if we go to the dungeon, it should not show up with the background. Yeah. So it's just like the normal black dark blue background for the You know, one thing I'd actually like to do is you can see the camera kind of like goes over. Maybe that's a good thing? I don't know. I was thinking about just having the camera snap to the next room, you know. I mean, we could see how it looks. What is the function again? Reset smoothing, I think. So let's go to the door. So let's see what happens with this. Oh, big stretch. Well, should we go ahead and release the demo? I'm gonna have to do a bunch of stuff. I have to put the trailer up on YouTube. We can't do it as coming soon, but if we release it now... Yeah. Publish now, button below, immediately make your demo available. So it'll make that visible. Now players would download and launch the demo and set demo store assets as public. Yeah. Let's freaking release it. Oh, great heavens, sir. You have quite the ugly gas coming out of your mouth. Dang. Hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. All publishing tasks have been completed. Oh, now I have to do it for the parent app, yeah. So it's in, like, the edit... Actually, it might be fine. Let's check. Download the Starground demo. Yeah, so we're good. We're golden. Epic. I'm also going to start uploading the trailer to YouTube. Because why not, right? Hopefully the trailer on YouTube does okay. In terms of view count. We'll see. Alright. Start the download for the demo. Let's go.
Every day I wake up
Fine.
but
Then these thoughts start to cloud up my mind. The little goblins sing, how do you do?
at
At least they have more news than you.
the goblins in my brain
Tell me what to do. So alrighty, let's go.
rather listen.
Listen to them over you. At least they're my friends. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Oh, interesting. I don't know how to feel about that. No way, I got an ancient automaton arm. It's not the worst thing ever, Nah.
The axe is sharp,
Sharp, but I know I ain't.
that's why there are goblins in my brain. The goblins in my brain tell me what to do. I'd rather listen
I want to check what I've done on GitHub. I can't remember. We do multiplayer and you can give me some shroom handles. Well, the thing is with multiplayer, it's only all the data is stored on the host, so I could give you shroom handles, but yeah, like it'll just be on my save.
if I cause a ruckus.
Trying to remember what I've done. I should have kept better track of it. Playing it right now. Let's go.
The goblins
It's in my brain. Tell me what to do. I'd rather listen to them over you. At least they're my friends. Our friendship will never end.
I need to follow.
Their instructions, even if I cause a ruckus. I feel like I've made a lot of changes, but I don't think I have made that many significant visible changes. I honestly just can't remember. I know there was something. I'll have to look back at the VODs of today and then last stream. But I'll be better with it now. Yeah, I like the smooth transition a little bit better, I think. It's a little odd before. Okay. So, I mean, for the Space Hub, really, it's just fleshing it out more. I think it's a good idea to kind of draft up what we want the whole thing to look like. So, obviously, from the top, so it'll be kind of like a plus shape. Something kind of like that. My idea is that in the center, so there's kind of like a landing pad that the player drops down onto. And then there'll also be another pad below it with the star launcher. Sort of like that. And then they're just gonna be like, there's gonna be like hallways that go down here, and then maybe like rooms. So if you think about it, almost like a shopping mall. At least this is kind of my idea, right? Yeah. I know this is the worst drawing you've ever seen in your life, but... So basically there'll be like, these are shops in here. And you can access those shops. A lot of them will probably be closed, not open. And it could be kind of like that. Yeah, just kind of trying to work things out here. That's probably how I'll pretty much do it, though. Unless anyone has ideas. This is the kind of thing I'm probably not going to decide right now on stream. Off stream. I guess I need to make an announcement about the, oof. Um, sorry, I'm just doing YouTube description stuff. Okay. Oh, another ad. Twitch ads are relentless. So I kind of want to make sure that everything's set for the next fest. Let me see if I can do that. Says I'm registered.
Slinky, go up and then Slinky.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Playing with the Slinky is never ever a bore. Slinky rolling down the stairs, bouncing all around. Slinky jumping everywhere and making funny sounds. Microplastics are
Should probably go get the demo and just make sure like it's all good, you know.
breathing them
Whoa.
breathing them in.
Sorry, trailer's playing. Is it gonna? Did it download it? No. Steam. Steam, let me download the demo. Steam. Let me relaunch Steam. Let me full relaunch Steam.
I know what I gotta do and I know when I gotta do it, but I don't know if I wanna face it. My plate is filling up and I've surely had enough, but I guess I'll just have to take it. I've been led into this false reality where I'm told that it will all be worth it. Why should I put my trust into the system they've created when the system's completely broken?
Tutorial worked fine. Nice.
For the time when nothing's on my mind, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. Thinking about this and thinking about that, I'm using up all my wisdom. I'm stuck inside this loop where I don't know what to do and I haven't found an escape route. Billy's got it right, my mind's on overdrive. I'm feeling like I'm out of shape now. Some things are great, but some things are not, and things aren't like the first one. The piles reaching
Okay.
higher, I think I want to retire, but
Open World Survival Crafting Fest. Starground is not really open world survival crafting. Kind of is, but not really. Why can't I download the demo? I don't know what's up. Add to my wish list. I mean, everyone else can download it, right? So I guess that's all that matters. Pretty weird though. I can write a review for my own game. That seems odd. Race 2. Idle on. Lobotomy Corporation. The stars are aligning for me right now. I just got the name for a game that's been so long since I've seen anyone talk about it. I just found someone reselling for $8. Nice. When's the next fest? Yeah, so that is June 10th. So it's coming up pretty soon. We're not quite here yet, but demo's finally up and ready to go. So yeah, it shows a little icon there. If you can't download it, then I could stream it. I mean, no, it's fine. I'm sure it's working. I'm just like, you know, yeah. I don't know. What's the, how many people have looked at it? 3 impressions. I wonder where it shows up. Like, does it show up in new demos, you think, on Steam? So the audio for that did not work for some reason. That's too bad. Oh well. I tried to do like a thing where it goes from right to left, but it doesn't seem to be actually doing that, so. Well, it's not going to be here. I know there's like a section on Steam that's like new demos or something. I think you can sort by demos. I know you can look at like upcoming. Whole upcoming releases. Imagine Starground's on here. It won't be, but so you could sort by release date. Let's go. The newest demo on Steam. Wonder if you can sort by like old relevance. And this is gonna be all the ones. Are trees supposed to fade away? Yeah, so over time all resources will fade out and respawn. And there's a good reason for that. It's just because if you have resources spawn in and don't have collectors there to mine them, then you get like soft locked. So it's not good for automation if they don't. Yeah. Ooh. Look at that stretching. What is this? Music producer collaboration. You tend to get a lot of stuff like that when you're making games. Okay. Dum 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 dum. What next, honestly? You know, maybe we could try and fix this door depth sorting issue. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Because I set the offset for this, right? Or I set the offset to -16. Maybe I just need to do more than that. Maybe I need to do 32. Let's give that a try, shall we? Ew. Ah. My eye hurts. I have a little mark in my cornea, actually, which is not good. My eyes are damaged goods. Oh. Kind of working. So it's not fully working. So I guess it's a little too low. Right? Yeah, because I should be able to go right here before I go behind it. So I guess where's the, like, the spot, right? So we'll just keep modifying it until it looks right. Let's try, like, minus 28. Keep missing copper and iron. Oh, yeah. I've thought about changing the sprites up a little bit more just to make it easier to tell the difference. But I don't know. Is it specifically like the ores that spawn in, or is it the items after you've mined them? Because that's an important distinction. Let's see. No, that's still too much. Just a little bit less. 24 might be the sweet spot. When I mine them, I keep mixing them up. Oh, okay. So you're mixing up the, like, nodes, like the objects in the world then, right? Yeah, just getting confused. I could maybe try and work on creating something a little bit easier to identify then. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's good. And then let me make sure it just works for everything else. So that's the thing, for the down one, it doesn't work as well. So for the down one, I think you'd probably want 16 on that. But see, the top one is broken. So, still some things we gotta work out here. So let me pull these up. Okay. So, for left and right, that one's kind of set at minus 24, which seems to work well. But now, for the one going, let's see, going up. So that one we want to be, oops. Like probably 16. And then for the one going down, I don't know, that one seems to be a little borked. Name tag's such a great deal, or detail. I appreciate it, yeah. Yeah, it's good for multiplayer, of course. Because otherwise you can't really tell who's who without it. Let me try this. I don't know why this, like, this shouldn't be happening. What's going on right here, you know? That is just very wrong. So I'm gonna quit out. I made some changes to values over here. I'm gonna see what happens here. I saw white, I thought of iron after you smelt it. With the copper? Copper's kind of like a bluish. But, I mean, we could maybe change the color, like, swap them, but I don't know. We could figure out what to do for that. Okay. So, side door, good. Depth sorting properly. Bottom door, good. Top door, good. Let's go try more doors, though. So yeah, that one is A-okay. That one is A-okay. Alright. I think we might have solved our woes. It's funny because you can hide in the door like this. Just making sure it works on all these. Sorry, that's probably really loud, by the way. I am dead. Didn't actually lose that much, surprisingly. Alright, well, that works. So, I'll write that down. So, fix depth sorting issues with dungeon doors. Okay. So that's all good. One thing I've always wanted to add to the door, which is when it first gets set to, like, closed or whatever, I want it to play a sound of it closing. So, I would like to do that. Don't know what sound to do that for that yet, but we'll figure that out. We did hit the 3-hour mark. I did start the stream early, so that's kind of my bad, but I do have a lot of other things I have to go focus on. I have to do a meeting, figure out what I'm doing with the Space Hub, consult the lore master. I have to go eat dinner. And I want to get the trailer up on YouTube also, now that that's done and ready to go. I was kind of waiting till the demo was up, but now that that is up, I think it's time to put the trailer up there, so. But yeah, I think that is probably going to be it for today's stream. I mean, we did hit our goal. My goal was to make it so we could actually get to the Space Hub and teleport there, and now it works. So we're golden. We're golden Freddy with that. Oh, welcome back, Oshig. I'm probably gonna end off stream right now. Yeah, we hit our goals, so, you know, we're all good. Yeah. Good stuff, though. I'll keep working away at the Space Hub and get that kind of set up a little bit better. So... But yeah. We could go find somebody to raid, though. Major issue for progress. Uh-oh. What is it? Yeah, what is it? I'm just gonna go start looking for someone to raid. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'll wait until you tell me what the the issue is. Oh, there's so many people to raid. The Tesla coil. Okay, yeah, what's up with that? Place second, it doesn't work at all. So are you making sure that they're actually connected? So let me show you something really quick here. We'll go back to the streaming tab. So the way that they connect, you have to have their range inside of the other like Tesla coil. So let me show you. Yeah, manual save. So when you place down this Tesla coil, let's go to a place that isn't filled. So you place down like this. This other one, it can't be like this. This doesn't work. They won't connect. You have to make sure that these are within range of the other Tesla coils. So like this one, as long as it's here where they're like in range of each other, now they connect. So make sure that that is what you're doing, because otherwise it won't work. But I don't know if that's your problem or not. If it's not, I'll definitely take a look into it. Anyways, let's keep looking for someone to raid. There's so many people to raid. But another, if you want to send me a screenshot on Discord, that'd probably be the best way to troubleshoot this. So do that, and then we can figure out what's going on with that. So it looks streaming. Man, everyone's streaming today. Crazy. I don't know who to raid. We might have to flip a coin, or a very big coin, like a dice. So how many options do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. Roll a D3. This is not a D3. Go. Well, we got 3. So we will raid Scary Pastry. Just make sure this isn't... Yeah, we're gaming there. Alright, cool. Well, anyways, I'm going to end off the stream. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I will next be live Friday. Don't miss it. You can miss it if you want. Yeah, it's good, though. I mean, I got done what I wanted to get done, you know? So, that's good. But, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and raid... Scary Pastry. You're gonna miss it, that's all good. No worries at all. Oh, gotta stretch. Okay. Yeah, thank you everybody for coming to the stream, I appreciate it. I'm gonna keep working away at Starground. We're kind of getting to this point where I need to figure out, is this game going to be financially viable? So, yeah. Because once we release, I mean, that's really going to be the big, like, tell of, like, okay, am I going to keep working on this or not? Because the coil is too close to another coil? Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's good. It wasn't something broken. Yeah, I don't know. It's either I keep working on Starground or I move to another thing. We're approaching that time frame of figuring that out, so. But don't worry about it right now. I'll keep working on Starground. So, alright. Thank you, everybody. Be live next Friday. This Friday, I mean. Join the Discord. Go check out the trailer on YouTube as soon as I upload that. And yeah, new devlog should be coming out soon. And I will keep working away at the game, so. Alright. Well, thank you, everybody. I'll see all of you another time. Goodbye.